Well, here's one. Have you heard in the news? Stephen Colbert's staffers arrested for trespassing on Capitol Hill. Bet you haven't heard it. 7 staffers from The Late Show of Stephen Colbert were arrested for allegedly trespassing in a Capitol Hill building on Thursday night, authorities said. The rogue employees were found about 8:30 p.m. by U.S. Capitol police officers inside the Longsworth House office building, which houses offices is for members of the House of Representatives, the department told the Post in a statement. The Late Show associates were unescorted and without congressional ID in a hallway on the 6th floor, USCP said. The building was closed to the public at the time, and Capitol Police said they had asked the group to leave the grounds earlier in the day. While there were 7 arrests, a total of 9 people were stopped by officers, including Robert Smigel, the voice of behind Triumph the Insult comic Doug, the Associated Press reported, citing a person familiar with the matter. Fox News reported that the same group had been escorted from the January 6th committee hearing hours earlier because they lacked the proper press credentials. Think about that. They don't have the proper press credentials, and they were unescorted. Think about that. Now, just that they didn't have any of that type of stuff. The Late Show staffers reportedly applied to get press credentials for the hearing, but were denied by the House radio/TV gallery because they're not considered news. They aren't. I know people who do think they are considered. They're not news. It's a comedy show. That's it. And it's got a very heavily biased comedy show. Continuing on, all 7 were charged with unlawful entry, cops said. CBS told the press, the Post, in a statement that a Late Show production team was at the Capitol on Wednesday and Thursday to record interviews with the House members for a segment Triumph the Insult comic Doug. The station said that their interviews were authorized and prearranged through congressional aides of the members they met with. The crew apparently had interviewed Reps Adam Schiff, Stephanie Murphy, and Jake Achiklonos, according to Fox. After they were booted from the building earlier in the day, they were apparently let back inside sometime after 4 p.m. by an aide to Achiklonos, who believed they had more interviews to conduct. Now, this is where I really have a problem with this one, because if they are saying that they were authorized and all this type of stuff, then they should know about this part, being escorted and at least having some sort of congressional ID after hours. There should have been someone there. CBS said the staffers stayed in the building to film stand-ups and other comedy elements in the hallway when Capitol Police detained them. Where was the aide watching? Sources told Fox News that the crews took videos and pictures around the offices of 2 Republican members of Congress, Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Representative Lauren Brubart. That one, no. Why were they near those offices? Why were they not near, these representatives? Theirs. Or, if this guy's aide had let them in, why didn't he stay? Why didn't he escort them? I'm assuming he, it could be a she. Of course, being a Democrat, it could be an it, or who knows what the hell they're doing. But it just seems kind of odd. No, that they probably were, but they didn't get the proper. They weren't doing it properly. And with the whole entire January 6th type thing, I would be hell-bent on making sure I had every duck in a row to make sure that no one could accuse me of even being something like January 6th. But they're left-wingers, and they can do no wrong. Everything they do is correct. And if you have a problem with that, you're an idiot. Of course, the left I don't know. And why they were around these two Republicans' offices? No, I don't know the layout. But again, I wouldn't be anywhere near them, especially if I didn't have credentials or an ID or an escort or something. Whoever was in charge of this, failed big time, or they were doing something illegal, and they're using this as a cover-up. Let me know what you think. It's still illegal. That is, to me, that's not even negotiable. They were there illegally, and you can't say that they weren't, unless of course they can provide some sort of ID badge, something. Let me know what you think. Were they there illegally? Were they doing something more than what they were saying? Was this a cover? Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next video.